Good morning, cultists! In our previous episode, we left things off after I promised to redesign all of our kingdom coat of arms, as well as coming up with historical or mythological names for them. I'm happy to say that I've done exactly that. The first part of this episode will basically be me renaming all of our kingdoms, the reasoning behind the names, a brief history of those kingdoms, and the logic behind the coat of arms. So, if you're not interested in the history or the role-playing aspect of this campaign, I would say skip ahead because it's going to be a lot of jibber-jabber. Otherwise, let's dive in. Now, in terms of the order in which I showcase these coat of arms, I'm gonna go from what I consider to be my least impressive to most impressive works, starting with Damat. As you can see, the coat of arms is basically a turtle with our dynastic sun motif as its shell and a couple of crossed arrows. And the reasoning behind the coat of arms is tied to the name that I'll be giving it. But let me explain the history of Damat first. So, Damat as a kingdom didn't actually exist until 1100 AD, so it's a little ahistorical, but that's fine. This is based off Wikipedia. The kingdom of Damat was a medieval kingdom in what is now Ethiopia and ruled by Weleda people and Sidama people. The territory was positioned below the Blue Nile. It was a powerful state that forced the Sultanate of Showa, also called Shiwa, to pay tributes. It also annihilated the armies of the Zagwa dynasty that were sent to subdue its territory. Damat conquered several Muslim and Christian territories. The Muslim state Showa and the new Christian state under Yakuno Umlaut formed an alliance to counter the influence of Damat in the region. So the way that I interpret this is that this was a kingdom that knew how to defend itself. Whether through ingenuity or a powerful army or intimate knowledge of its terrain, of its strengths and weaknesses, or most likely a combination of all of the above, they were able to defend themselves. I can't think of many other pagan realms that were able to defend themselves against both Christian and Muslim forces. So this was a powerful state. At least that's my interpretation of it anyways. And I thought to myself, what best represents something that is able to defend itself? And I thought, well, I mean, like a hippopotamus is actually pretty aggressive defender of its territory. But I don't think we have a hippopotamus option, so I decided to go with a turtle. It's able to protect itself, maybe not an aggressive defender, or like a hippopotamus or something like that, but at least, it's known for being able to defend itself and also being completely landlocked. Well, it's not like they had a tortoise option, so I had to go with a turtle. So anyways, so I thought turtle, and I thought, well, since I couldn't find any accurate historical name that was given to this area around the ancient Egyptian times, I'm just gonna give it a mythological name, and I decided to give it the name of the ancient Egyptian turtle god, known as, well, I know the name, but I'm trying to make sure that this is gonna show up properly in the naming here. Known as Apesh. That's right. So it's not going to be just Apesh, but rather Ta Apesh, which should mean land of Apesh. Ta being land of, at least I think so, anyways. Now, I don't think Apesh was a very well-known ancient Egyptian god, but I figured, it kind of fits, right? So there you have it. And that's the historical coat of arms, in case you're curious as to what it was before. So the adjective will be... Wait, what if we just do, oh, that could be cool. Tapeshi? Yeah, I like that. Alright, so... short name? Enable to make the title use the short naming style and be presented without the tier of... Oh, Kingdom of Tapesh. Ah, I see. You know what? I guess we'll just do... yeah, Tapesh. Considering that Ta already means land of. Otherwise, it'd be known as the kingdom of the land of the of Apesh, which doesn't make much sense. But anyways, Apesh. Fantastic. I apologize if it's a pretty stupid name, but there you have it. Anyways, moving on to, I guess, next impressive. Maybe this is less impressive, but Outer Ajuran. Alright, so the coat of arms is our dynastic sun motif, surrounded by bows and arrows. Now, I couldn't find any historical record of the kingdom known as Outer Ajuran, There is record of Ajuran itself, but not Outer Ajuran. So I just basically kind of went with a, not mythological, but somewhat based off history, but also quite ahistorical naming. So for those of you who are aware of ancient Egyptian history and all that jazz, this might bother you a little bit because I'm going to give this kingdom a name that was actually given to the kingdom of Nubia. Now, you might be thinking I'm thinking of Ta Seti, but no, it's not Ta Seti that I'm going to go with. It's going to be... I'm going to make sure that I have this spelling correct. So I apologize as I comb through all this. Where did it go? Well, okay. Let me... Sorry about that. Yes, there we go. Oh, what? I already had that open. Good grief. Where is it? There we go. Okay, so this will be known as Ta Kentit, which means the frontier or the borderland. And the reason I'm gonna call it Ta Kentit... Actually... I wonder if maybe... Oh, I guess Ta Pesh wouldn't be... Oh, well, it's fine. We're gonna name this... the adjective will be Kentiti. Yeah. And that's the historical coat of arms. So, I mean, you have to give me some credit. I know this doesn't look great, but at least it's better than just being the crescent moon. So there you have it. No offense to any realms that have just the crescent moon as their coat of arms, but you know... a little bit more, I guess, involved, you could say. There you go. So, the reason why I decided to call this Ta Kentit, which, again, was a name that was also given to the Kingdom of Nubia, is because Ta Kentit means the frontier or the borderland. Because, just look at it. I mean, it's basically bordering on the very south of the Horn of Africa here. So, the way I see it, it's kind of like the barrier in between... you know, the rest of East Africa and below East Africa, hence the borderland or the frontier. Anyways, moving on from there, let's go to Abyssinia. The coat of arms is basically our dynastic sun motif behind 3 stellae or obelisks. So, I've done some digging into the history of the kingdom of Abyssinia or Ethiopia, or also known as the kingdom of Aksum way back when. Before the kingdom of Aksum was the kingdom of Damat. It's actually spelt here. Let me show you. It's spelt D''MT, but it's pronounced Damat. It's not to be confused with the kingdom of Damat. They're 2 separate kingdoms, and they existed at completely separate times. So, the kingdom known as Damat, not Damat, but Damat, or Dumt, or DMT, or whatever you want to call it, was established in 980 BC. So, this was like ages ago, like 2,000 years before the kingdom of Damat. But, you know, they do get confused a lot because of the Latinization of their names and all that jazz. But basically... the kingdom of Damat wasn't just like, you know, any old kingdom. The kingdom developed irrigation schemes, used plows, grew millet, and made iron tools and weapons. So it had some infrastructure for sure. And I guess, let me kind of read some of the excerpt from the Wikipedia page. It was a kingdom that was located in Eritrea in northern Ethiopia that existed between the 10th and 5th centuries BC. Few inscriptions by or about this kingdom survive, and very little archaeological work has taken place. As a result, it is not known whether Damat ended as a civilization before the kingdom of Aksum's early stages, evolved into the Aksumite state, or was one of the smallest states united in the kingdom of Aksum, possibly around the beginning of the 1st century. Now, I know historically speaking, it might be more accurate to call this the Kingdom of Damat because it was kind of around the time of ancient Egypt. But I'm actually going to call this the Kingdom of Aksum. And the reason behind that is because, look, I get it. Ancient Egypt is ancient times for us. Like very, very ancient times. But if you think about it, there's actually a greater length of time in between the current medieval time of 949 to the height of the ancient Egyptian empire, which was like, 1000 BC, for example. Then there is the length of time between the current medieval time, 949, and the modern real life time, as in 2022. There's a greater length of time between the, ancient times, if that makes any sense. I realize I'm not really explaining that well, but basically what I'm trying to say is that, yes, this is considered, the ancient Egyptian history is considered very, very ancient to us, but even to medieval people, it was still considered very ancient. So the only reason why we have knowledge of Damat, the ancient kingdom of Damat, is because we've done the work. We've done the archaeological research, however little, etc., etc. So who's to say from a role-playing perspective that the medieval people were well aware of ancient history, right? I think it's more I think it's more likely that the medieval people were aware of the more recent ancient history, if that makes any sense. So I'm gonna go with the Kingdom of Aksum rather than Damat as the thing. Yeah, I mean, that's my reasoning for it, but I don't know if anyone agrees with me on that. But that's fine because that's just what I'm gonna go with. So yeah, the Kingdom of Aksum. And the adjective will be Aksumite. So I tried to incorporate the I guess most well-known aspects, or I guess most notable, or I guess the thought that came to me first when I thought of kingdoms or these kingdoms on the history. I thought I wanted to incorporate that into the coat of arms to the best of my ability. It's not to say that I don't. It's just I don't know much about Ethiopia or the Kingdom of Aksum and what they were most well known for. But I know for a fact that Ethiopia and Aksum have these ancient obelisks, these stelae, basically, that's like all over their the area here, that have like a lot of a historical significance in that and whatnot. So that's basically what I'm trying to depict here. So it's to, I guess, kind of acknowledge the culture that already exists and how that will influence our dynasty, rather than being like, oh, we're trying to simulate the ancient Egyptians, so we're gonna put our pyramids in front of the sun or whatever, which is how we've done with our other stuff. But with Aksum, I'm gonna go with the regional thing being the more, I guess, forefront, if that makes any sense. I don't know if I'm explaining any of this correctly. I apologize if I'm just bumbling all over the place. I have an idea in my head and I'm trying to like explain it to the best of my ability here, but it's a lot of verbal diarrhea, so apologies for that. That's the historical coat of arms. Not really appropriate for us, considering that, we're not Judaic, etc., etc. So yeah, I decided to go with our redesign here. Anyways, the Kingdom of Aksum. There you have it. Could also be Damat, but I'm gonna go with the more recent name of Aksum. Alright, so that's Abyssinia. Next up we have Ajuran. Yeah, okay, so Ajuran here, the coat of arms, is basically, what's it? It's an ancient Egyptian shield. So if you look up ancient Egyptian shields, you'll see that the top part is rounded and the bottom part is rectangular. So I have that. I couldn't find kopeshes, so I decided to just go with a scimitar. I mean, I guess I could have finagled a kopesh in there, but I didn't want to, spend too much time with that, so there you have it. And a couple of cats, and our dynastic sun motif in the back, obviously. And the reason why I decided to give it this name is because... Let me explain kind of the history of the Kingdom of Ajuran first. It was actually established 13th century, like AD. So it's not going to be, historically speaking at least, it's not going to be around until like much, much later. So I thought Ajuran doesn't really make much sense to keep it as the name. there's not too much that I can say, historically speaking, about Ajuran, because whatever history we have, or that's on the Wikipedia page here, is basically past, the 13th century. So it doesn't really make much sense to talk about it now because it's not really super relevant, I guess. And I guess you could say the same thing about Demont. But anyways, so I decided to give this also kind of like a historical, mythological-ish kind of name. We're going to call it, let me make sure that I have this right. I thought this kingdom, from the map at least, it kind of looks like the profile of a shield, which is why I gave it the shield coat of arms, or made the coat of arms look like a shield. It looks like the side of a shield. Like, this is the handle, and this is where sometimes they store their arrows or bows or weapons or whatever on the back of the shield. And it's kind of like, I guess, geographically speaking, it's, I guess you could say it's kind of the border in between the Horn of Africa and the rest of the world. So it's meant to be the quote-unquote defender, I guess you could say. At least that's kind of my my interpretation of it. So I'm going to call this Ta-Ikim. Ikim being, I believe, the ancient Egyptian word for a shield, meaning the land of the shield. So this will be, let's just go with Ikimite. Yeah. Which makes me wonder if maybe we should rename the thing to not Tapeshi, but rather Apeshi. Yeah, I guess we should, right? Yeah, okay, let's go with that then. We can always change it back later, but for now, the adjective will just be Apeshi, because this is Ta-Ikim, and the, adjective is Ikimite, rather than Ta-Ikimite or Tikimite. Tikimite. Interesting. Anyways, so that's that. I'm not adding the hyphen in between Ta-Kentit. I don't know what exactly the convention would be with the hyphenation and stuff. I guess if it's like two vowels next to each other, maybe I'll add hyphen. I don't know, whatever. So anyways, moving on from Ta-Ikim, we have, let's go with Adal. Yeah, now Adal, I'm quite excited about because there is actually some historical record of what this place would have been called back then, back in ancient Egyptian times. And it will be known as the land of Punt. That's right. So, the land of Punt, based on the Wikipedia page, was an ancient kingdom, a trading partner of ancient Egypt. It was known for producing and exporting gold, aromatic resins, blackwood, ebony, ivory, and wild animals. The region is known from ancient Egyptian records of trade expeditions to it. It is possible that it corresponds to Opone in Somalia, as later known by the ancient Greeks, while some biblical scholars have identified it with the biblical land of Put or Havilah. I don't know what either of those are. At times, Punt is referred to as Ta-Netjer, aka the land of the god, which, I will be reserving for another kingdom. Spoiler alert. Various locations have been offered: southeast of Egypt, a Red Sea coastal region, Somaliland, Somalia, Djibouti, northeast Ethiopia, Eritrea, and northeast Sudan. It is also possible that it covered both the Horn of Africa and southern Arabia. Puntland, the Somali administrative region at the end of the Horn of Africa, is named in reference to it. So there's definitely some ancient Egyptian records of the land of Punt. We're not exactly sure where it was. There's some idea, there's some thought that, the kingdom of Aksum or Damat or whatever was also part of that. It's possible, but because we have to, give everyone different names and all that jazz, I'm going to give this the name of Punt. And the reasoning behind the coat of arms is, if you look up the land of Punt on Wikipedia, there's actually a depiction of a landscape of Punt, showing several houses on stilts. So that's the little legs here. Fruiting date palms, so the palm tree in the back. 3 myrrh trees. I don't know what myrrh trees look like. I'm pretty sure what I've got there isn't a Murtree, but whatever. I thought that's close enough. So there's actually some depiction of what life in Punt may have looked like. And the green isn't actually ground. It's in the original depiction, the green was to show that it's salt or tidal water. So it's basically a brackish water that the houses are sitting on top of, and our sun motif in the background, obviously. So yeah, and as I mentioned, another name that was given to Punt was Tanetjer, but I'm gonna save that for another kingdom. So yeah, let's give this the name of Punt, and you'll be Puntite. Yes, cool. At least I think it's supposed to be pronounced Punt. I mean, we could call it Punt as well, but then I just think of everyone in this kingdom just going around kicking shit into the stratosphere, as it were. You know, being the definition of punt. All right, so Puntite. There we go. Very nice. So we got Tapesh, Kentit, Ikem, Punt, Aksum, and okay, so my third most impressive, I think at least, is Nubia. All right, so you can clearly see that it's our original dynastic coat of arms, but with the sun smaller and a bow and arrow pointing downwards that fits the cap of the pyramid. So, obviously, there's a lot of record about the kingdom of Nubia. Let me kind of go through this. So, Nubia was given many names. Ta Kentit was one of them, as I mentioned before. But another name that was given to it was Ta Seti, which means land of the bow, which is why we have this historical cultural thing in Nubia, land of the bow. Yeah, so anyways, sorry. I drew a blank as I was talking. But I'm not going to call it that, despite the bow being in our coat of arms here. I'm actually going to call this, as I mentioned before, Kush. Because this was where the kingdom of Kush, I believe, originated from, and went up north to conquer Egypt, etc., etc. So that's the name that we're going to go with, rather than what the ancient Egyptians called the, I guess, the land that bordered what they considered to be their country, if that makes any sense. I mean, I don't know if you really need me to go through the history of the Kingdom of Nubia and Ta Seti and all that jazz. I mean, I guess I could, but I'll be honest with you, I don't really have anything that's pulled up right now that talks about the history of Nubia and all that jazz, because I figured, you know, we don't really need to. But yeah. So another, yeah, we're just gonna go with the name of Kush and Kushite. There we go. Fantastic. What else? I figured we would give this our dynastic thing the most because, or this would kind of resemble our dynastic coat of arms the most because, you know, of our Cushitic origins and roots and all that jazz, if that makes any sense. I apologize if I'm not making any sense here or whatever, but there you have it. And now we come upon my second most impressive coat of arms. Oh, sorry. Boom. Look at that. The Eye of Horus. Also known as the Wedjet Eye, I believe. Yes, the Wedjet Eye or the Ujat Eye. It's an ancient Egyptian symbol that represents well-being, healing, and protection. Derives from the mythical conflict between the god Horus and his rival Set. So the Eye of Ra is the opposite, goes the opposite direction, but it's basically just the mirrored version of the Eye of Horus. So I guess you could say the Eye of Horus is the mirrored version of the Eye of Ra. But anyways, I decided to give this the Eye of Horus, and let me explain. Okay, so the history behind the Kingdom of Blemia is interesting. So the Blemies were an eastern desert people, we're referring to the people of Blemia, were an eastern desert people who appeared in written sources from the 7th century BC until the 8th century AD. So they've been around in this kingdom or this region for a long time. By the late 4th century, they had occupied Lower Nubia and established a kingdom. From inscriptions in the Temple of Isis at Philae, a considerable amount is known about the structure of the Blemian state. The Blemies are usually identified as one of the components of the archaeological X group culture that flourished in late antiquity. Their identification with the Beja people, I believe I've come to learn as it's pronounced, who have inhabited the same region since the Middle Ages, is generally accepted. Now, I'm going to give this a, I guess, I don't know if this is, well, okay, so let me explain. The Blemian people, very roughly around the 1000 BC, a group of people referred to in the archaeological texts as the C group migrated from Lower Nubia, the area between present-day Aswan and Wadi Halfa, I think around like this area, and settled in Upper Nubia, the Nile Valley north of Dongola and Sudan, so Dongola, so I guess here, where they developed the kingdom of Napata from about 750 BC. For some time, this kingdom controlled Egypt too, supplying its 25th dynasty. Contemporary with them are the archaeological remains of another cultural group, the Pan-Grave people. And they were called the Pan-Grave people because they shaped their graves in circles, and they also put, like, I think, offerings around those graves in a circular shape. Hence the Pan-Grave people, I think at least. They have been identified with the Medjay of written sources. Now, in case the word Medjay kind of like, I guess, perked your ears, it's because it's a demonym used in various ways throughout ancient Egyptian history to refer initially to a nomadic group from Nubia and later as a generic term for desert ranger police. So Medjay were basically the, I guess, like roaming police force of ancient Egypt, but also it refers to a group of people, if I'm not mistaken. And I believe the Beja, or the Blemians, I guess more accurately, the Blemians, were a subdivision of the Medjay, which to me means that the Medjay, I guess I shouldn't get too close to reveal too much. But basically the Medjay were, I guess, the group from which the Blemians came from. So I'm actually going to rename this. Even though Blemia, I guess, would be considered a historical name that we can give it, I'm going to rename this to Medja. And I sincerely hope that this doesn't come across as me trying to erase the history of the Blemian people or the Beja people. It's not that at all. It's just that I'm trying to, I guess, give it a name that I think the ancient Egyptians would have maybe, called this area, if that makes any sense. So I apologize if this seems like erasure. I promise you it's not my intention at all, but I apologize again if it kind of comes across as that. I also thought this was kind of interesting. Linguistic evidence indicates that the Medjay spoke an ancient Cushitic language related to the Cushitic Beja language, and that the Blemis were a subdivision of the Medjay. A historian mentions historical records of a powerful Cushitic speaking group which controlled Lower Nubia and some cities in Upper Egypt. They state the Blemis were another Cushitic speaking tribe, or more likely a subdivision of the Medjay/Beja people, which is attested in the Napatan and Egyptian text from the 6th century BC on. And also, the Blemian language is so close to modern Beja that it is probably nothing else than an early dialect of the same language. In this case, the Blemis can be regarded as a particular tribe of the Medjay. So yeah, that's why I'm going to rename this as Medja, and the adjective is Medjay. At least I think. But yeah, so there you have it. I thought that was pretty cool that the Blemians were a subgroup of the Medjay, but yeah. Anyways, that's Medja, and now for my masterpiece, my magnum opus, my crowning achievement, my pièce de résistance, the Kingdom of Darfur. Boom! Look at that! Oh, I'm so proud of this. I'm so proud of this. Look, it's a scarab. It's like the, if you look up ancient Egyptian, like sacred scarabs and such. Oh man, I basically based it off that. And it's, you know, I guess, holy scarab with our dynastic sun on top. And I gave Darfur this because this was the kingdom that we started from. This is basically our origin. So that's why. And the reason, and the name that I'm gonna give this is not, it's a historical because this was a name that was given to the kingdom of Punt. But essentially, I'm going to call this Ta-Netjer, which means the land of the god. And the reason why we're going to call this the land of the god and not Egypt, for example, is because this is where Eri is from, or the founder of our dynasty. I guess we can just say Netjeri. Yeah. What? Wait, I guess, would Netjeri mean that we're godly? I guess in a way, right? Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. I don't want to show you guys how I made this because I'm so proud of this. I'm like, oh man, I don't want to reveal my secrets here. But I can show you how I made, I think maybe the Medjay one. But yeah, and I apologize if this triggers any people's like a historical bullshit radar or whatever because of the naming convention, but it's fine. I'm just gonna go with Ta-Netjer to honor the area in which Eri came from. And it's also to honor the, because I don't want this to seem like, oh, we're basically trying to just emulate the ancient Egyptians. No, that's not it at all. We're basically founding a new culture that's inspired by ancient Egypt, but also takes into account the significant cultural aspects of all of the cultures that, I guess, had a significant impact on our campaign. So not just the Nubians, but also the Daju, as well as the, well, eventually we'll merge with the Egyptians and all that jazz too. But yeah, this is kind of, I guess, in a way to honor all that, if that makes any sense. So I apologize if I'm, again, not explaining any of this correctly, but there you have it. So that's the historical coat of arms. It was basically, I believe, a gazelle or an antelope or something. But yeah, this is Ta-Netjer. Fantastic. All right, so let me show you how I did the Eye of Horus. It was essentially the use of a lot of, I guess, very primitive masking or very basic masking system. So if you look at this, it's this part here, but then I added a white layer on top to cover the part that I didn't want, and then this part is the lower part, I believe. And then another white mask to cover that, and then the eye, or the pupils rather, which are the sun, and then to block off the top part, so on and so forth, and basically trying to be as creative as possible with the things that were given. It's a very basic system, but with a lot of finagling and a lot of fucking around and shit, I think you can actually make some pretty cool stuff with this. So yeah, there you have it. I don't know if that was enough of a tutorial on or explanation of how this was made, but that's basically the gist of it. And again, I'm not going to show you guys how I made the scarab because this took a long time. This was truly a labor of love, and I'm so proud of it. I'm so happy with how it turned out too. Oh man, it's great. It's almost a bit of a shame that that's not our primary coat of arms. What if we do make it our primary coat of arms, as in like our primary title? Should we? I guess we should also go with short name. Yeah. Oh, I guess then maybe all the Ta areas will just be given short name. Yeah, my bad. Let me do that now. Punt, Aksum, Medja, and Kush, I think all make sense. Yeah. Let's not change it just yet, though. I'm kind of worried that it might fuck shit up because it fucked shit up with our royal court upon the succession and all that jazz. But Anyways, I also said that we would be granting independence to these kingdoms, so I will do that right now, as a matter of fact, before I take a bit of a break. I don't know if you can tell, but my voice is starting to break because of all the jibber-jabber and nonsense that I've been spouting. But to you, my half-brother Seppa, goes the kingdom of Ta-Ikim. Yes, you will become independent. Enjoy. Boom! Fantastic! Ah, looks good. Alright, next up we have Ta-Kentit, which will go to Kunef. Yes, Ta-Kentit. There you go. Wait, can I rename them after I give them away? I'm assuming not, right? Just let me check. Ah, I can't. Okay, so unfortunately we can't rename that anymore, but that's fine, I guess. Sure. And Punt, even though we don't have Danakil and all that jazz, I'm sure there might be some conflict down the line, but I think for now we're fine. So to you goes the Kingdom of Punt. Nice. Oh, should we have conquered? I guess we can still conquer Socotra, right? Okay, good, because I would like to take on Socotra just for shits and giggles. And of course, you are currently dealing with a Liberty War, but not really my problem. Man, my voice is starting to really go. You will be given the Kingdom of Tapesh. Yes. Fantastic, and you're still dealing with that, so I guess bully for you. And I realized that, you know, we don't have this little bit in, what's it, Aksum. But I don't want to hold on to this any longer than I have to, so yeah, we'll just conquer it. And I guess what we could do is eventually maybe we can go to war with Abyssinia, or Abyssinia, with the Abbasids for that county there, and then just grant them independence, and then hope that, Aksum will just take it on themselves or something. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah. Alright, so that's Aksum. Great. And obviously we're gonna keep Medja, Kush, and Tanetjer. And eventually the Kingdom of Egypt will be part of our custom empire in the shape of a camel's head about to unhinge its jaw to swallow a baby, as it were. But yeah. Which is also why I put the most effort into the coat of arms of these three kingdoms, because they're going to be our primary ones. And of course, Egypt will also be given its proper care and attention. And then we'll, I guess, well, I don't know. I'm not going to reveal my ideas for the, my coat of arms for the empire. My goodness, I'm like really just fucking losing my shit here, it seems. Anyways, look at that. Ah, we're gaining so much renown per month. This is great. Ah, I'm so excited. Holy shit. Obviously, we still need 4 more kingdoms to be able to get the, Dynasty of Many Crowns. So we might work for that, but let me put a break in here. My voice is really starting to go, so I'm gonna take a quick coffee or water break or whatever, liquid break, and I'll come back after my voice has somewhat healed. I'll be back in a sec, guys. Alright, I'm back after having had a lozenge and some water, so let's continue on with our actual episode. Okay, so, in case you skipped the last little bit there, I basically renamed all the kingdoms and explained the historical significance behind them, or at least, you know, the reasoning behind the names and coats of arms, or whatever. And then I also granted them independence. So now we have 6 kingdoms, including my own, as part of our renown here, or our dynastic renown, or whatever. We're known for 6 kingdoms and 1 duchy. So for us to get the Dynasty of Many Crowns, we still need 4 more kingdoms. So I was thinking, I don't know why the game is lagging here. Since we still have a truce with Egypt, and I would like to eventually do a kingdom invasion against Egypt rather than any other kind of war. I think we'll have to build towards that. We are distinguished right now, so we need to be exalted among men, which means a couple more levels of fame. Shouldn't be too hard. I'm thinking what we could do is maybe expand out west, and then get 4 more kingdoms that way. Eventually, I do want to also go to war with the Abbasids for the Kingdom of Arabia or the remainder of Yemen. That way we have more, I guess, secure neighbors. I don't want my family members here getting, you know, inundated with the attack from the Islamic realms and all that jazz, but who knows? Can I actually... Oh, I can. Good, good, because I don't want you to lose to that peasant rebellion. That seems extremely silly, but anyways. So I was thinking, let's not account for Arabia or Yemen just yet. Let's account for maybe Sahara, Kanem, and Sao. Now, Sao, we already have 5 counties out of the 7 that we need. This guy, unfortunately, has a vassal, which is not a big, I guess, deal, because I can just retract the vassal from him, I think. Yeah, so he'll accept. It's considered tyrannical, and obviously he won't like it, but I don't really care too much, I guess. Yeah, maybe we should just do this. Otherwise, unless the duchy's gonna get divided, which I kind of doubt. Is there something that I can do to maybe mess him up? Maybe he's, I don't know, maybe we can spy on him. Yeah, because that way we can have a legitimate reason to do that. I mean, it's only 5 tyranny, but I guess he would hate it anyways, right? Yeah, either way, he would not like that. Let's give it 4 months, and then if it doesn't pan out, then I'll just retract the vassal from him. But I'm thinking, yeah, let's go towards creating the Kingdom of Sao. But first, I will go on a pilgrimage. Oh, we can also do hunts and feasts to get our prestige up too. So yeah, there's that. But first, our pilgrimage, please. And we will go to Aswan, as that is the most historically significant one for us, I think. I don't know if I want to ransom that guy just yet. Thanks. All right. And our truce with Egypt will be for another 5 years, right? Because we just recently finished our war. Wait, was it just today? Oh, it actually was today, apparently. Oops. Oh well. And nothing new in our court? Nope, I guess not. I'm gonna try something here. And I'm really hoping that this doesn't backfire, but I'm going to make Tanachir my primary title and hope that doesn't mess up our court. It didn't need a confirmation, so... Okay. Everything is still exactly as it is. Fantastic. Alright, and we have our awesome, or at least what I consider to be my my awesome scarab coat of arms, so that's great. Not to say that I don't like the, you know, that one too, but yeah. I guess, though, whatever, it's fine. Okay, so let me go on my pilgrimage first, and then after we come back, we'll go to war. Sure. Yeah, let's do this. And a whole bunch of factions disbanding because I'm assuming we don't own that territory anymore. Ah, you want to call me into war? All right, let's do it. I see. Osiris? I don't think deceitful is really your nature. Let's have you go with humble, please. Thank you. That's great. And of course, I will help you out with this war. Silly brother. I like that too. Maybe it might seem a little silly, but, oh, he made his own... Aw, dude! Why couldn't you have done that before? Ah, jeez, and I have to, like, spend more time in between episodes to redesign your coat of arms. Let's see. Among my fellow pilgrims, there's a man who preaches compassion and fellowship. I think we've already read this before, right? Yeah, let's go for sympathy for heathens, thanks. Getting a little stressed out. Oh. Imhotep, do not drown, alright? I'm gonna let you go to this little, you know, party. But whatever you do, do not drown. Otherwise, I'm gonna be very upset. I actually don't want Imhotep to die. Oh, nice. Thank you, husband. Okay, so we're about halfway there to Illustrious. A little bit less, I guess, but almost. And let's get an organizer to lead us there. Ah, right. We might need to arrange a few marriages for our courtiers. Now you are from a noble house, I guess, so why don't I bring you in and maybe... Oh no. There we go. Let's look for some organizers. Good. Go with her. Sure, bring her in, thank you. And anyone else? Is anyone else not married or in need of a bangmate? What am I looking for? Didn't I get you married before? I could have sworn. Any nice inheritable traits? Oh, okay. So do we go with someone who's got good inheritable traits or organizer? What about you, old man? Can you bring in an organizer? You know what? Why don't we do that with him? He's already been arranged, and you will bring in a dude with a good inheritable trait. And I'm gonna go with a Herculean dude again. If I can spell it correctly. I guess? Sure. Alright, cool. Fantastic, and you're already Cushitic, so that's perfect. Alright, so nothing else happened, I guess, which is fine. Can we please become a wise woman? Ah, oh, thank goodness, okay. Oh, right, we have to come back from our pilgrimage to be able to do the mystical communion. Great. She's already Cushitic. Fantastic, and he is as well. Perfect. And, oh wait, no. You're the one that needs to convert. Yes, sir. Ooh, novice physician, eh? Oh, we also need to conquer these places, so I guess maybe we'll do that after we come back from our pilgrimage. Yeah, and also after we've helped my brother here. Oh, Imhotep, you're back! Thank goodness. Jeez, I thought you were gonna drown or something. Fucking hell. Alright, we have come back. Fantastic. Let's hold mystical communion. Thank you. And, oh, right, that was that, I think. Great. Fantastic. Now, do we also want to do a hunt? I guess we should, to build up our prestige a bit more. Even though I am essentially hemorrhaging money with that, but that's fine. Nice. What can I do with that? I'm assuming not too much. Wait, did you just recently have this baby? Oh, you did? Ah, nice. You would think it a creature from myth, perhaps a god disguised in animal form. It was the largest boar I have ever seen. Even after the beast was wounded, the chase lasted half a day. It is still an imposing sight, lying dead before me. 200 ducats, or give it to her, or give it to him. Nope, 200 ducats it is, thank you. And then we can put that towards our feast. Do we want learn on the job? I guess we should try to get restraint as quickly as possible, right? Yeah, that's fine. And how are we doing with this? 18 years, not bad. Not bad at all. Who? You seem familiar. In debt guest? What is this? Have your servants testify to a litany of expenses caused by her stay, then offer them a way out. Oh. Interesting. Wait. Why is that now a thing? Did I do something? I don't know why that's suddenly a thing, or maybe I just never noticed it before? Or maybe it's because she's a criminal? Well, anyways, I'm gonna recruit you. Thank you. Sounds good. And can we get there a little bit faster, please? I see. So you and this guy. Gotcha. Wait, are you the ruler? Oh, you are the ruler of that place. Interesting. So I could revoke that from you. Oh, right. That's the secret that we were supposed to find from him. Right. Okay, then I guess we'll just do the revocation. Sure. All right. Sir, I would like to retract your vassal. Her, thank you. A bit of tyranny, but that's fine. Fantastic. Alright, so that's no longer part of that duchy anymore. Great. And you really like me. Aw, that's nice. Wait, how quickly is our tyranny deteriorating? 3 a year. Not bad. Not bad at all. And we have finished East Kwa. Nice. What? We're struggling with Ethiopic? Come on, don't lie to me like that. Unbelievable. Someone trying to peddle me the wares of King Lope of Navarra. I see. King Lope of Navarra. So you mean him. And you claim to have a unique dagger. Ah, okay. Huh. I mean, compared to what we have now, that's hostile scheme power, I suppose, but I don't know if that's really worth it. And I also don't exactly know if that's, like, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get that guy's dagger. Oh, it is from the Khazits, though. Tempting, given our past campaign, but no thanks. Alright, so that's that done and dusted. End the war now? End the war now. You can do it, I believe in you. There you go. Thank you very much. Cool. Okay, so let's tidy up these places. Now, we did our best to try to, like, you know, absorb these guys peacefully, but it really does not seem to be working out for us. So we're just gonna go for a county conquest. Unless we should do a holy war? Which gives me more... That's devotion. I guess we should go for, yeah, fame then. Alright, why not? I'm actually thinking maybe we'll attack both at the same time. Yeah, because we really only need a few angry, sweaty dudes to siege down both, essentially. Ah, crap. Fine. Wow, these guys can actually hire mercenaries, hey? Alright, we'll get some regular angry, sweaty dudes, too. I think maybe, yeah, I think 5,000 should be enough. Thanks. I don't think we need more than that. Unless you're not gonna hire mercenaries? Oh, I thought, oh no, there we go. There we go. They got mercenaries. And of course, we will defeat them soundly. But still, something to consider. Great. Good to see that Osiris is getting his learning on. Nice, nice. Now, depending on how many are left... Ooh. Oh. Yes, please. If we were to leave some dudes behind, I don't feel comfortable with that. So how about we do this, and then leave half, and then the rest of the half will go up there to siege that down. And that way these guys will be more defensible. And also, let's get a siege leader in there. Thank you. Great. Now, any new courtiers in need of marriage? And all that jazz? Ah, miss? Okay, so no Herculean dudes anymore. Do you want traits? Or maybe we want organizers. Oh, right. There we go. Who aren't too old, obviously. Oh, really? Interesting. Any lustful dudes? Okay, so this guy. Also diligent and honest. Alright. He's got gout, though. Is that a problem? Yeah, I guess that's a problem. Never mind. Sorry, gout dude. No wife for you. He's older. In fine health. Damn it, stupid gout. Maybe giant dude? I guess. Nah, you know what? I'm just gonna go with this guy. That's fine. Cool. Have fun, guys. Have fun making babies. And sir, please convert. Thank you. This guy... Oh, whoa. I get the feeling that we're just getting... Wait a minute. Why didn't you come together? Why aren't you a package deal? Unbelievable. Gotta squeeze more money out of me. Clever. Yeah, I guess, just... Sure. Yeah, just go back to that. Wait. What other army is that? Oh, I'm guessing that's the, allies. Another misunderstanding. Interesting. No, I guess we'll gain a little bit of stress. That's fine. Oh, Imhotep, you've come of age. Oh, fantastic. Aggressive attacker. Great. And also skilled tactician. Nice, nice. Not bad. Not bad at all. Very cool. Wait, what's your prowess? 12. And we captured... Ooh. Wait, where is he? Ah, damn it. Not a place that I can take for myself, unfortunately. Oh well. I guess we'll just ransom you anyways. Cool. Alright, so we'll do that, and then I think we'll host a feast. And we're being raided by... Kanem? I can't believe you've done this. Unbelievable. What the hell, Kanem? I thought you respected me. Well, I guess that doesn't necessarily mean that they won't raid me, right? I suppose not. Alright, so we do need to get Imhotep married. To whomst I don't know yet. Wow. Oh, interesting that I can actually declare war on them. Do we not have a truce with them, given that we granted them independence? Oh, I guess it's because we didn't actually grant them independence. They became independent as a side effect of us giving them the kingdom titles. Interesting. Did we capture... Oh, damn it. I was hoping we would capture this guy. Because he'll become landless eventually when we take this over and we can just ransom him for like 100 ducats, but oh well. Okay, Osiris, can you not drown? Please? I'm scared every time I say that because I feel like if I say that, it's gonna encourage drowning. But I'm really, really hoping that it doesn't. Whoa! I guess we might as well just end this war now, right? Yeah. Cool. Fantastic. Yeah. Alright, well, I'll just revoke your title anyways because you're of the wrong religion. But wait, actually, I can invite him to my court. And then I think once he dies, the money will just come back to me, right? I think anyways, but I could be wrong. Alright, so... that's part of the Kingdom of Medja. I think we'll just give these to anyone. Yeah, I don't know if I want to hold on to it necessarily. I can feudalize it? Oh, right. No, because that's going to cost me money, isn't it? At least I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 500 ducats. That's too much. Go to any Beja dude and also a Beja dude. Great. Ah, organizer. Perfect. That's fine. And I'm assuming we don't have the automatic option to disband because of the rating. Oh well. Okay, so that should be the entirety of the Kingdom of Medja. Fantastic. Man, I don't know what's happening with the lagging here. I'm so sorry. I don't know why it's the performance is having this issue. I don't feel like it was an issue before, but maybe it is now? It's not because of my coat of arms, is it? I mean, there's a lot of like moving parts to, I mean, not really moving, but there's a lot of parts to it, so I suppose it could be possible. Wait, can we get our money back if we attack that guy? Also, we should definitely start learning another language. Lombard? I guess Italian Vulgar? Sure. Why not? And I'm gonna see if maybe I can fight these guys and get some of our money back or something. Yeah, because I think that's how it works. Unless they go back into their territory, at which point it's all lost. Oh well. Fuck it. Alright, so I'd say let's start expanding into Sao here. Sure. Oh, wait, no, I think I wanted to do a feast, right? Yeah, let's do a feast first. Fantastic. Welcome, friends. And you have returned. Oh, good, you didn't drown. Fantastic. Collateral damage? Uh-oh. What are you guys doing with my Sultan Boutros' tapestry? I think I read this before, right? But just in case I haven't. I barely managed to sit down at my seat when I hear a howl emanating from Chiefess Arnipurga. It would seem she and Mayor Eusebia have really gotten into it, as Arnipurga is receiving a proper woman handling from Eusebia. Too late, I realize their martial dance has paved its way straight through the Sultan Boutros' tapestry, which I think I might rename. I motioned for my guards to separate the two, hissing and clawing at each other. The duo is presented in front of me, all the while throwing blame on one another for starting the fight. Okay, yeah, I think we've definitely read this before. Let's go for Benevolent Ruler again. Sure, lose a little bit of dread and the prestige, but it fits our character, I think. Yeah. Oh, so, wait, do we need to fix our tapestry? I guess we should maybe fix our Lavender Jade Pendant. 75 ducats for repair? Or 38 ducats? Let's go for the repair, sure. Oh, nice. Though, it would have been nice if they had given me a confirmation screen, but sure. Okay, so maybe it doesn't deteriorate with time or something. I guess we'll see. Alright, in that case, then... Yeah, I guess we're still doing our feast, right? Oh, they're still there. I know what I said, I just don't understand why you find it so funny. Chiefess Halima cocks her head to the side while I withhold my chortle. I haven't told her what she said could be interpreted as something lewd. If you squeeze the head, a thick substance will pour out. I may not be alone in thinking that this is funny either. Chieftain Velothios spat out some of his drink when Chiefess Halima repeated herself. The two could share the same kind of crude humor as I, or they could be offended by it. I won't know what either thinks until I speak up. Repeat what you said, but slowly. Really think about it. Yes, let's take the risk. Okay, so, not the intended effect, because I was hoping that we could maybe convince this guy to, convert to my religion. But, oh well, that's fine. Or maybe he might find some secrets on him. Go for it. Look for some secrets. And Marshal, why don't you train commanders? Sure. Yeah, I think we're fine with that. So is our feast done? Oh, no, it's not done yet. It's going to be done now, I guess, or soon. As plate after plate of food is brought into the great hall, an unmistakable smell reaches me, and I smile. That my faithful vassal chieftain Velothios is sensitive to lemon is something I sadly forgot to tell the cook. I bid you all welcome, and I pray that you will find the food to your liking. Bad reaction to food, which is a severe health penalty. It could kill him, but I don't know if that's necessarily what we want. I guess we'll just get that weak hook on him. Yeah, and then we can use that to get it to convert. Eventually. Eventually. Not for right now. Because I have bad luck with that. Nope. And yes. Thank you. So is our feast done yet? No! Marina! Oh no! Marina's dead! Oh, sorry, Mariana's dead! I couldn't even get his name right! Ah, shit! Well, I guess the feast is now in honor of a dead Mariana. Aw, man! Our legendary... Whoa! What is this? How many events at once? 3? Oh, I see. It's because we finished Ethiopic. Okay. Great, we finished Ethiopic. Fantastic. I will not send her a letter. And our guests have departed. Oh, Mariana died on the last day of the feast. Oh, man. Only 65 years old, too. How am I gonna find someone to replace him? I can't. The closest we have is this lady with 27 Marshall. Alright, fine. Great. Oh, Infantile Fables. This again? Okay, do we want to duel him? Lose a little bit of progress. Now, I guess we could duel him, but oh, wait. I gain prestige and a modifier for the scheme. Oh, I could gain prestige. That being said, though, I mean, Sekhmet wouldn't really be the type to fight them like that. Venerated Lombard Classics. I guess we still gain a bit of stress because we're humble. But we could instantaneously gain a bit of prestige. Or we lose prestige. You know what? Let's just go for that. It's fine if we lose a little bit of progress. That's not a big deal, I don't think. It's more a big deal that we lost Mariana the Man-Mangler. Aw, man. We should set this as like a national holiday or something. Wait, I guess our feast is done, right? Okay, so we can actually go to war with these guys. Alright, so you are allied to them. As well as Massa. And you are allied to a whole slew of dudes. Holy crap. Alright, then I'd say let's go to war against these two. Wait, hold on. Can I raise my Holy Order yet? Still? You're still dealing with this. My goodness, man. Alright, fine. I guess we'll just end up using some of our regular levy. Yeah, I guess at some point we should also try to get the Bellum Justum perk. For now, I don't really want to press anyone's claim. It's going to cost us more prestige, surprisingly enough. Do we want to attack 3 realms at the same time? I think maybe 2 is enough. Yeah, let's not get too crazy. Because, I mean, you will eventually... I'm pretty sure they're just going to call in their allies, too. Yeah. Alright, we'll just use our regular angry, sweaty dudes. And once we have our retinue ready, we will split them in twain, and they can go their separate ways. Or, considering that they have a lot more troops than I expected, I guess we'll start with them. Ah, Nigeri Conquest. That's cool. Alright, miss. You're filling in for Mariana the Man-Mangler, so you have some pretty gargantuan shoes to fill. Whoa, what? What is happening here? Why are they fighting each other exactly? Oh shit, wow. Fort level in a tribal location is too high. Damn. Okay, so I guess they got some pretty awesome palisades and all that jazz, and I'm being called into war. Whose claim? Oh, as a defender. Ah, I see. Okay, well, we definitely can't have that, so yes, I will come in to defend you, but give me a sec. Let me at least, deal with this first, and oh shit, what the heck happened there? Whoa! Oh, wait. So that can still happen at the same time? I thought only one battle could take place in a location at once. And she's not really got any money, so I guess we'll just, you know, do that. And, ooh, I guess I do want family member to rule this eventually. Then maybe I should look into possibly revoking her title and shit. Alright, well, then maybe I can just hold on to this for now, personally, and then, you know, take it over. Ah, shoot. Okay, so, yeah, we definitely need to speed up there. That's gonna take about a full year to get in there, so I guess it's better to lower and re-raise them. Gotcha. Alright, well, let's actually end the episode off here for now. I apologize that we're ending things in the middle of a war here, but you can tell that my voice is kind of going again. So I'm gonna put a break here. We'll come back tomorrow, and then we will win this war, as well as help my brother defend against his revolt, it seems. Yeah, someone, I guess, has a claim on that, which is obviously a big no-no. What the hell, dude? Oh, I see. Never mind. I guess he does have a rightful claim. Fair enough. Alright, but obviously we're going to side with our family, so there you have it. Alright, so for now, thanks for watching and have a good breakfast.